Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV from the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, and straight away we have a couple of tourists here at the museum to be speaking more about Egypt and what they like about it.
Yes, indeed. So we have from Serbia, we have Danko and we have Alexander. Welcome with us. First of all, is this your first time in Egypt?
Yes.
The choice itself, tell me about choosing Egypt as a destination.
Egypt was for a long time our destination in our minds because and not only because of the tourism and beaches and everything else, but because of your cultural heritage. Because we look at your cultural heritage more as a mankind cultural heritage. So we were eager to come here for a while.
Yeah, so Danko and Alexander Milishinovic are from Serbia. They came all the way from Serbia here in Egypt. Alexander, if I can ask you, how do you like the weather? Because you seem to be equipped.
It's very hot. It's very hot, and I have already color, but it's,
you have a towel as well.
What?
A towel.
Yeah, I know. I have the towel because it's very.
But you like the sun.
I very like.
Did you visit the beaches?
All on the time.
So, Egypt here, you went to the beaches, and as Danko said, you're experiencing how mankind started at the Egyptian Museum here in Cairo. We have a new museum called the GEM, or the Grand Egyptian Museum. It will be inaugurated at the end of 2018, or maybe in 2019 or 2020. The experience that you had here at the Egyptian Museum, would it make you come again to Egypt and visit other museums and other places?
Sure. I came again here.
Tell me about your itinerary here. Where have you been so far, and which areas you've liked the most? First with Danko.
Yes, we just came here at the museum, and we'll see what.
So this is your first day in Egypt?
No, second day.
So what have you seen before?
We were at the Giza plateau, and we seen the pyramids, and we have idea to go to the Luxor as well.
What did you like the experience at the pyramids, Alexander?
The pyramids is wonderful. I all watch the movies, and this is my first time to see in live.
What are the other types of tourism that you like to experience here in Egypt? Is it just about the pharaoh or the pharaohs, or maybe the beaches? What did you have in mind coming to Egypt?
I'm sorry, maybe to be a strict person in some manner, but the most important thing for me is to see your cultural heritage more above all
There's
the other.
nothing to be sorry about.
No.
That's a good thing.
No, as I said, I think it is. It was one of the lists, one of the topics in the list that of the things that I need to do.
You have a certain focus coming to Egypt. Yes.
Now, definitely, you must have tried some of the Egyptian food. So, what did you like? Would each of you tell me which meal you've tried and you like?
May I say?
Yeah. Yes.
Yesterday we eat something like gyros in Greece. I don't know the right name on this food, but for me it's the best.
Yeah. What about
something like the gyros?
Fruit.
Yes. You like the fruit.
Yes.
Have you tried the fava beans, the fool and the tamia, the falafel on the buffet in the morning, the Egyptian beans, or not yet? Mulukia.
I don't understand what is that.
It's a green soup, and then there is falafel. It's fried.
We skip the soups usually.
You skip the soups.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
So you seem to be very interested in the heritage of mankind in general and of Egypt in specific. What did you read about the Egyptian civilization before coming to Egypt?
Yes, actually, I have experience reading much about Egypt, and as far as I know, Egyptian civilization rooted long before the civilization of the Nile Delta.
Yes.
Because it seems that the climate a long time ago was different, and Sahara was not so hostile place. So I know that they found some kind of calendars, although with only 3 seasons that are Egyptian, long before, for example, Stonehenge. And the modus operandi of these calendars is the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
And after a while, when the climate become hotter and hotter, Egyptians came to Nile Delta and firstly two
Wow.
separate kingdoms, and then,
On the
did
banks of
well.
the Nile.
yes.
You did well. That's great.
Yes.
What about you, Alexander? What would you like to share with us of what you remember from your tour guide?
For me, it's pyramids on the
pyramids.
first place, and the country is very, very beautiful, and sun.
Are you going to go to
See.
Upper Egypt? Are you going to go to Luxor and Aswan? Are you doing a Nile
Yes.
cruise?
we go
Yes.
to Luxor.
Yes.
So, what are you looking for in Aswan, Luxor? Because there are a lot of monuments and
Yes,
temples there.
I have exact answer on your question.
Yes.
Almost all the things I can read on internet now, but I want to experience it.
Yes. To see it and feel it.
Yes,
So how
to-
did
to
it
feel.
feel watching the pyramids, to be specific, because it's an overwhelming
We-
experience.
yes, actually it is. I'm not sure for you, but from my eyes,
For me as well.
it looks stunning.
Now, what about you, Alexander? For Upper Egypt, Luxor and Aswan, have you read a bit, or is there a certain place that you're really looking forward to looking at?
Yeah, I really like to see Luxor because it's a very, very famous museum on the world, and this my
The Valley of the Kings. Have you looked at photos about the Valley of the Kings?
Yeah, I liked.
Yeah.
So, how about the Nile? Because you spoke about the banks of the Nile and the civilization that were dependent on the Nile. How do you see the Nile? Because specifically, you have a Nile cruise coming up for you.
Like aorta in the human body, the thing that you need to operate. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So even in the bus when we were crossing the river looks magnificent, and it is obvious even to probably the alien that the river is your aorta, actually the artery of your civilization.
Egypt is the gift of the Nile?
Well, Herodotus said Egypt
Yes.
is the gift of the Nile, but Egyptologists believe that Egypt is the gift of its people who tamed and made use of the river Nile. But before we leave, I'd like to ask you, tell us a bit about you guys. So, what are you doing in Serbia? What's your job? What's your profession? If each of you would talk a bit about themselves to us, Dan,
Okay. Who will?
Alexander,
yes.
yeah,
My profession in Serbia, I am a musician.
musician. Wow, this is
You look like one.
Thank you very much. I play popular music, Serbian, and I am here on the vacation, and that's it.
What about you, Dan?
And I'm computer scientist.
Wow.
And I working on develop computer games as well. So partially my profession have something with my hobby.
So you can have an idea
Yes.
of having a
Yes.
new game on the computers regarding the Egyptian civilization.
Actually, yes. Here, one adaptation of computer games, like a board game,
Yes.
is currently in development.
So a musician.
Yeah.
What about music here in Egypt? Did you
Well,
come
I
to
very
listen
like
to
very,
anything?
very like Arabic
the
music.
instruments?
I very like Arabic music and listen Arabic music when I'm at home. Egyptian and Arabic people are very have talent for the music, and I very like that music.
Yeah. Now, you're part of a group.
Yes.
Now, so are you the only two family members traveling together, or do you have other?
I have no
mean,
idea.
do you have other members of your family with you, or just
No,
you
no,
two
no.
guys?
Two of
Just
us came
two.
to visit the country of the ancient time.
Yeah.
Yes. So I told Danko before that I recognized his name, Milicevic.
Yes.
Right? Danko Milicevic and Alexander Milicevic, because they are from Serbia. And football is a universal language nowadays. We know that great players like the Serbian players in the World Cup, like Madic, Ivanovic. Do you come to know Mohamed Salah, on the other hand, the Egyptian football player? Are you interested in football? Is Mohamed Salah
No, maybe he is.
Yes,
I don't
a
know.
figure, an icon that you know about.
I like football very much, but I don't know for that.
You don't
player.
know him.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you should.
When you go home, look up Mo Salah. because he's very popular in Egypt, and even he's one of the key figures in and players in Liverpool and in Europe as well.
I know.
You know him?
Yeah, I know.
So he knows Mo Salah.
When you said Liverpool,
Yeah, Liverpool. He's now the key goalkeeper for them, and he's actually
goalkeeper,
or
he's
not
an
good
attacker.
the
He's a
attack.
forward,
Excuse me,
yes.
sorry, I
Thank
meant
you very much, Russia,
I
yes.
meant the attack. I'm sorry, I didn't mean goalkeeper. I meant that he
playing.
scores goals. I meant Ahmed. Sorry.
Scores goals for a living.
Yeah,
So what are the
sorry.
experiences that you should be expecting from Egypt on your current trip and the next time?
Just not to cry,
Why should you cry?
because of the experience.
It can be overwhelming. for
Yes,
you.
yes.
So, did you feel like that? in front of the
Yes,
pyramid or
actually,
in front of
in front
pyramids?
of this camera, I was hoping not to do something like that, and to be
There's nothing
decent.
to cry about here in Egypt.
No, but you know,
It's all smiles and laughter.
hey, I thought about your country and your civilization for many years, and I'm here now.
Oh, so you've dreamt about coming to Egypt?
Yes,
For how many
it's-
years?
Not.
What made you
coming
fall in
here.
love with the civilization?
I don't know. Maybe computer games and maybe my opinion on the whole thing, yeah, because it is a root of the mankind, of the civilized man, actually.
Yes, yes. So we're the same.
So finally, what's your expectations? What are you looking forward to see in Egypt?
I don't know.
For
Not
Alexander,
yet?
maybe this time.
I don't hear what you say.
Your expectations.
We are now
for this
popular in Cairo.
trip. Wonderful, wonderful.
It's a joke.
So Danko Milishinovic and his brother Alexander are here from Serbia visiting Egypt for the first time, and hopefully this wouldn't be the last time, and hopefully
Yes.
you won't be so overwhelmed that you cry here in Egypt. It should be all about the sun, laughter, smiles, and of course Nile Cruise, the program that we are airing, Russia.
Yes, indeed, Ahmed. That brings us to the end of Nile Cruise. Coming to you from the Egyptian Museum of Antiquities. We have looked into the museum's history, some of the artifacts. We've met with some of our travelers and visitors. And that brings us to the end of this episode,
Yes, and
Ahmed.
for Danko, Alexander to be watching this episode and a lot of more episodes from Nile Cruise, don't forget to follow us on Nile Cruise, on Nile TV, on Facebook, Google+,
Okay.
and YouTube, and Twitter.
Thank you
Yes,
very much.
Okay.
indeed, Ahmed.
Thank you.
Also, we have the Nile TV International's network, which is www.nileinternational.net. And till we meet you all in a new episode, it's goodbye.
Thank you for watching.